Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A recall on top of a shortage has made baby formula just about impossible for a lot of families to find in stores. Tonight, a local mother sharing her emotional struggle to find what she needs for her little one. We first told you about the recall on several powdered baby formulas after 4 infants reportedly became ill.
That recall, on top of a nationwide supply shortage, is putting a strain on parents and babies with the greatest need. Local 4's Pamela Osborne spoke to a nonprofit that's stepping in to help, even though their shelves are more frequently becoming empty.
Each one of these cans amounts to about 32 bottles of food for baby. The mother who dropped this off had nearly a dozen others just like it that she can't use because of that recall. Luckily, she had Destined for Greatness to turn to, but as you can see, they don't have much left to give.
It is a cry from the mothers in Detroit, from the babies in Detroit that I hear in the background crying.
Shadora Ford may not be a mother herself, but she knows the cry of hunger all too well. With formula harder to find on store shelves, she's getting calls from mom like Tijuana Stewart at all hours of the day and night. Stewart thought she had what she needed to feed her 3-month-old baby girl, but when news of a recall hits, something told her to check.
All of them is on recall, even the sample from her doctor's office.
How'd you get through the weekend?
Milk, whole milk.
After a trip to Children's Hospital, she found herself here at Detroit Samaritan Center on Connor Ave, where Ford handed over all she could to get mom and baby through the next few days when her WIC card would reload.
I cried because I could not imagine a baby having to drink milk and not being able to have formula.
Last week, her nonprofit Destined for Greatness provided formula to more than 200 mothers.
All of our milk was depleted. We were so lucky to have another 7 cans that were donated to us, which we are down to just 2.
Just 2.
The need now is so great because they are telling me, WIC is giving out the number, the hospitals, everybody in Detroit knows Destined for Greatness. That is why I have to have people to help us.
And as you heard there, Destined for Greatness could really use your help. We posted a link to their website on ours, clickondetroit.com. So if you head on over there right now, you will find a way to help them out and help them feed families.
Pamela, before you go, I know you checked with the state health department. What are they saying to mothers that are relying on WIC for formula?
Well, they're saying as many as 85% of formula-fed participants are impacted by this Similac recall. So here's what you need to know whether you receive those benefits or not. If you do have a can of recalled baby formula, don't throw it away. You take it to a local store. It doesn't matter if it's been used or if it's open or if you have a receipt, you just take it there. They have a process in place. They should issue you a refund, a credit, or allow you to exchange it. And if for some reason that does not happen, we posted a help number also on our website, clickondetroit.com. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Good information, Pamela. We appreciate it.
President Biden unveiling new sanctions to punish Moscow a day after Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered Russian troops into 2 pro-Moscow regions of eastern Ukraine. The president says the U.S. will be sanctioning Russian oligarchs and their families, as well as Russian sovereign debt, in retaliation for the country's invasion. The U.S. is also moving forces to protect the NATO Baltic allies as Russia is bolstering its presence all over the east, it seems. Biden says sanctions on Russia will increase if military action in Ukraine does as well, and that seems very possible.
We still believe that Russia is poised to go much further in launching a massive military attack against Ukraine. Hope I'm wrong about that. Hope we're wrong about that. But Russia has only escalated its threat against the rest of Ukrainian territory, including major cities and including the capital city of Kyiv.
UK also planning to impose sanctions against Russia. Germany has stopped the progression of the controversial Nord Stream 2 pipeline following Moscow's actions. Meantime, U.S. lawmakers are reacting to Russia deploying troops into those 2 Ukrainian regions. Congresswoman Debbie Dingell says that she is very concerned.
I do believe that Putin is very determined on this. And, you know, some of the things that I've been hearing these last few days make me worry about what this means for the world. So, and my I'm a little concerned, or a lot concerned might be the right way to say this right now.
Many have been asking over the past couple of weeks why we should care about what's going on in Ukraine. There are a number of reasons that reach beyond just Ukraine. I wrote about that in a piece posted on clickondetroit.com. The link right now is on the homepage. Ahead at 6:30 on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, the new warning from Homeland Security about cyber attacks by Russia against American businesses. Cybersecurity experts reveal where our biggest vulnerabilities may lie. Stick around for that at 6:30.
An investigation underway in Flat Rock after a chemical leak is found in the Huron River. The Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy is investigating. Officials say some sort of sheen is on the river, and they're on site trying to figure out what it is and where it came from. The call about the leak came in last night, and firefighters put booms on the water to contain it. Officials say there is no imminent public health danger.
Another rather unusually warm February day with a little bit of rain thrown into the mix, but, you know, the liquid variety of precipitation.
And that just means the big change later this week will be even more jarring, Paul.
Yeah. Don't worry. The anti-liquid variety is coming in later this week. We'll talk about that in about 10 minutes. But right now, here's Storm Tracker 4 showing you just scattered, generally light showers around town. Looks like the heaviest one is right here in Monroe County there. Let's actually zoom in a little bit more on that here. Here, let's move it over a little bit. Get out of the way here. Yeah, between Dundee and Ida here. So we're looking at a brief little downpour, no lightning or anything with it. And then as we move the map farther to the north, you know, we have some showers here right along the I-94 corridor here. Here's I-94 right here. So just north of that, up across I-96 here. And then we get into the east side here, and you can see that Warren up to Sterling Heights, we have some rain there as well. But temps right now near 50 degrees. But watch this. We have temperatures by 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, 20s already moving into the area. Don't forget the Local Forecasters app has real-time radar. That is something you really wanted to have today. And remember, it's color-coded, just like we show you on TV, so you can tell where it's raining, where it's snowing, and where there's ice. So it's all free. Just go to the App Store, search under WDIV.
All right, Paul, the M&M scam is growing. Help me, Hank, first exposed the high-tech thief pretending to be M&M, and his goal was stealing your identity. We've learned the scammer not only targeted people here in Detroit, but now across the country. Let's get back to our consumer investigator, Hank Winchester. This scam, though, now has a new twist to it, Hank.
Devin, it certainly does. Now the scam has moved to a romance scam. This fake Marshall Mathers reaching out to women across the country saying he's interested in getting together, but it could cost them. The real Slim Shady has a fake, and this guy is after new victims now. Take a look. This woman from Washington State sending me these messages she received from someone posing as Marshall Mathers, a.k.a. Eminem. He flatters her appearance and then in a later exchange asks her to go out and get him an eBay card.
I was having my coffee in the morning and the phone rang, and he said, "This is Marshall."
I first exposed the Slim Shady scammer earlier this month when he started reaching out to this tailor man offering to cover expenses for his injured grandson. But soon he was asking for personal information and much more.
If you can use that person's likeness, use that person's reputation to bring people into the scam, it's actually a pretty good fraud.
Scams like this one are on the rise. In fact, according to the Federal Trade Commission, romance scams are now up 80% in the last year alone. The Better Business Bureau here in southeastern Michigan warns to always be cautious of calls, text, or emails you get from unknown numbers.
You have to be very, very careful whenever you're clicking links, and that kind of goes with emails as well. Phishing emails are still very large. People are still sending those out. Text message scams, those are still coming out.
Been filed as investigators work to track this guy down. I should tell you, Eminem's legal team aware of this situation. Obviously, Eminem himself has no connection to any of this wrongdoing, and of course, his attorney is willing to cooperate as this moves forward. We're live here tonight. Hank Winchester, help me, Hank, Local 4.
Hank, I don't know if there's a way to really calculate this yet. Is there a sense of how much money this is costing people?
Yeah, Devin, and it really gets tricky because in many of these cases, what this guy apparently is trying to do is to gather people's personal information. And as you know, once your identity is stolen, it's really hard to put a price tag on that.
Yeah,
Back
so
to
right.
you.
Yeah. All right, Hank.
The suspected Oxford High School shooter was back in court today in a hearing to decide where he will stay while awaiting trial. Ethan Crumbley's attorneys want the 15-year-old moved from the Oakland County Jail to a juvenile facility. As they argued against the move, prosecutors revealed new information in the case. They say Crumbley documented a plan to torture and kill a female classmate. Prosecutors also say Crumbley's journal entries detail the gun he needed to carry out the school shooting and who he would kill first. Crumbley's attorneys say he was a troubled teen and he's not safe in a jail full of adults.
In the time leading up to these events, that my client was hallucinating, that he was seeing things, he was hearing voices, and that he had asked his parents to see a therapist.
The defendant isn't who he appears to be. He allows people to see who he wants them to see, and only those close to him, such as his parents, would understand or recognize it.
The judge is expected to announce a decision early next week.
Question many people are asking, how long until another booster is going to be needed to keep COVID at bay? The FDA says while it is continuing to monitor new data, officials could recommend a fourth dose for this fall.
When will we next need a boost? It's a critical question experts are trying to answer.
Many of us expect that in the years to come, we will have yearly doses of COVID vaccine, the same way that we do for the flu vaccine, in order to protect us against new variants that rear their head as we go into cold weather months.
Countries like Israel and Sweden are already offering a fourth shot of the COVID-19 vaccine for older adults. In the U.S., an FDA official says a fourth dose could happen this fall. Right now, the CDC has no recommendations on fourth doses for the general public, but does recommend people with weakened immune systems get a fourth shot of Pfizer or Moderna.
People who are immunosuppressed should be going and getting a fourth shot because their bodies are less able to produce that protection that the rest of us have.
About 65% of the U.S. population is fully vaccinated. 28% have gotten a booster. But the pace of vaccinations is the slowest it's ever been. Health officials say there still needs to be a continued focus on raising those numbers.
We need to get the third of Americans who haven't even gotten their first two shots, we need to get them vaccinated. And then of those who received their first two shots, older folks, people who are age 50 plus, should be going to get a booster today.
Pfizer is studying the safety and efficacy of this fourth dose as part of its ongoing study of an Omicron-specific vaccine. Moderna is working on a single-shot booster for both COVID and the flu, though that wouldn't be ready until the fall of 2023, so about a year and a half away at the earliest. Yeah.